everybody, welcome back to K17 Reactions. I am your host Jimmy. And growing up I was not a nerd. At least in my eyes I wasn't. And you won't hear me reference myself as being a nerd. Except for one. And that is, I am definitely a science nerd. I was a paramedic for 20 years, a biology major in college. I just really enjoy and am really interested in new things, the discovery of new things, and so forth. And one of my favorite parts of science is actually astronomy. I love things about space. And I came across this, I watched part of it, but I wanted to get the rest of y'all's opinions and have you watch it with me. So the name of the video that I'm going to be reacting to today is called The Mind-Blowing Scale of the Milky Way. And it's put out by somebody called Epic Spaceman. So I'm really looking forward to watching the entire length of this thing. Before I do that, if you will hit that like button for me, also share, comment, and subscribe. This is just, again, I just love everything about space, and I thought that maybe some of y'all out there would enjoy this as well. So without further ado, let's get into Epic Spaceman, The Mind-Blowing Scale of the Milky Way.
I live in a city, and that means the stars are hard to see and the universe is easy to forget about. Our busy lives and streetlights hide away so much wonder. Wouldn't it be amazing to just switch off the lights and connect with the world beyond our own? That's what I want these videos to be, little escapes into the universe that we can all go on, regardless of whether we have clear skies, telescopes, or lots of free time. We're going to go on a journey into the starry sky above me, a world we can all connect with. But this is not a video about the universe, because this isn't the universe. Not really. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to leave the universe alone, but I'm going to switch one thing off. So that's it, the stars have all gone. I can only see one star in the night sky now. And really, it just looks like a big faint smudge. It's actually the Andromeda Galaxy, but otherwise it's just blackness. All of the magic of the night has gone. Imagine a world without stars. The thing I switched off wasn't the universe, it was the Milky Way, the galaxy we live in. Okay, phew, it's always good when they come back. So our night sky is actually our galaxy, the Milky Way. Our galaxy is our home, a huge swirling oasis of stars. It's so big and full of everything, it's like a mini universe all on its own. Our sun and solar system is about here, a third to a halfway out from the centre, depending on how you measure where the edge is. Some people point to the cloudy line across the night sky on a really clear night and call that the Milky Way. And technically it is, but then so is everything else as well. So it's a little confusing. I think a better way to describe that is the disk of the Milky Way, and we're inside that disk. If I make the Milky Way 2 football pitches wide here and tilt it a little, then shuffle it back so it's where we are in the galaxy. If you take a look from my point of view, I'm going to walk to where the Earth is. When I look towards the centre of the Milky Way, I can see this cloudy line that stretches across. When I look to the sides, I'm looking away from the galaxy, so there are fewer stars. So that's what that line is in the sky, the edge of the galaxy that we're inside. And that line is brightest looking towards the centre of the galaxy. But look, there's no point in looking at a model of the Milky Way this big. It's not big enough to see the detail. I need to make it bigger. I'm going to need to make it the diameter of the United States of America. If the center of our galaxy were in Kansas, right in the middle. The solar system would be about here, in the city of Denver in Colorado. In fact, all of the stars that we can see in the night sky would only stretch as far as the city lights of Denver. So how big would we be? How big is the sun on this huge scale? Well, on a scale where the galaxy we live in is the diameter of America, the sun would be about this big. So that's already completely crazy, but it doesn't end there, because I'm not standing on a hill here. On a scale where the Milky Way is the size of the United States, our giant sun would easily fit between the ridges of the fingerprint on the tips of our fingers. It would be half the size of a red blood cell. Our galaxy is astonishingly large. I've shrunk myself down 50,000 times to be this size. This is a single grain of sand in comparison. It's taken me 2 minutes to walk over to where Earth is, here, one fingerprint ridge away. Here's our little blue marble. On this scale, it's 3 times smaller than the coronavirus. Jupiter here was 4 more ridges away. Neptune, the last planet, has taken me an hour to walk to. It's just 1 centimeter away at the edge of my fingertip. Isn't it crazy, but wonderful, that if our galaxy were shrunk down to the size of a continent, the orbits of the planets of the solar system would be the swirls on the tip of our finger. We're always interested in how big the universe is, but the galaxy we live in, the Milky Way, is so wonderfully vast and impressive. Now I know the Milky Way alone is so much to take in. It's natural that it can all seem overwhelming. It can also make us feel a little small and insignificant. And we are a little small, but we are also special. Humans are incredibly complex life. We are the first beings we know of, with a curiosity and ability to find truth and wonder. That makes you just as important as a galaxy. In the words of one of my favourite wonders of the universe, Carl Sagan, we are a way for the universe to know itself. And if the galaxy still feels overwhelming, this might help. We are small, but we're probably a lot bigger than you think. We tend to put ourselves at the bottom of the scale, but that ignores the universe under our noses. The world of the small is as vast as the stars, and that is an accurate statement. This is an electron. It is very small. I've made it bigger here, obviously. It's part of an atom. It's so small it's considered a point, not a sphere. So this is just a crude model of a kind of maximum size of an electron. With that in mind, in terms of scale, an electron is to a human what a human is to the Milky Way. So if you ever feel lost or small when you contemplate the cosmos, just remember that to an electron, you are a galaxy. If you enjoyed the videos on my Epic Spaceman channel, hitting the subscribe button would be awesome. I've started a Patreon too under the same name. So thank you to this little space crew for already helping me make these videos. I also wanted to say a big thank you to Reddit and rspace in particular. I just wouldn't have made this video if it wasn't for the amazing comments and support on my last video. Thank you. So, I hope to see you again for another Epic Spaceman video.
That just absolutely blows my mind. You know, as much science as I've taken and have taken astronomy, this subject still never ceases to amaze me. I mean, I can't picture it or fathom in my head something, 2 million miles away or 10 light years across or anything like that. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. And I loved the comparisons he made. What he says makes a lot of sense. Now, a lot of it's still way over my head, but I thought that as far as the size comparison on this, I think he did a great job on it. And, I said earlier, I'm a science nerd, I'm an astronomy nerd, but it's just so absolutely, the places that we will never go to, we'll never even have the chance to go to. And I love the way that, astrophysicists and other scientists are able to peer into the night sky, which you're actually peering into the past, and just being able to learn so many things. But I've heard it said that that we know more about the universe than we know about what's in the oceans. We've mapped a lot more of outer space than we have the oceans. So anyway, I enjoyed this. I thought it was very, very informative. And again, he made it to me, easier to comprehend, or at least get a better grasp on it. And I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did. On my way out of here, let me just be encouraging to you guys that, no matter what stumbling blocks people put in front of you to cause you to fall down, no matter what, if you're depressed, if you just think life's not worth living or trying, let me just encourage you by telling you that there is a friend out there, one friend who sticks closer than a brother. And I've said it before, I know that some of you out there believe the same way I do, some of you don't. And I'm not here to try to force those that don't to believe what I believe. But I just do think it's important that regardless of that I at least try to encourage people to seek help, to get help. There are people out there that will help you. Stay away from the people that are dragging you down and causing your depression or your, any negative feelings you had to worsen. You're not alone. Remember that. Until next time.